Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Gora from PickDawgz, and thank you for joining me here for the decision day in the MLS. All the games are on Saturday, which means the last day of the regular season, and all the games are being played on the same day, but in two different times. We have, I believe, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then we have 9 p.m. Eastern time for the games being played in the Western Conference. Something is already settled. Some teams are still fighting for their spots in the playoffs and so on. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, guys. And I think we'll get through this fairly quickly. We also have a video for the top five European football leagues. It's all up on the PickDawgz YouTube channel. Check it out. There are still games that Ashley has for her player props and bet builders and so on. It's all up on the PickDawgz YouTube channel. So check it out, subscribe, and of course, hit that like button. I have premium picks. It's all up on the pickdawgz.com website, or simply by clicking the links in the description, you can get there. Now is the time to get on those long-term passes, guys. 3 day or a 7 day, because we have a Champions League next week. And if you do that, you're getting all of my premium picks for the duration of your pass. Now let's get this show on the road, guys. Atlanta versus DC United, two teams who are done, two teams have nothing left to play for, which means we have to go with goals. There's nothing else that really matters here. Of course, it could still end in a 1-0 win for either side, but I mean, DC is scoring goals. Atlanta is pretty solid when it comes to scoring goals. Both teams to score in over 2.5. That's going to be my pick for this one, and it's minus 135. Next up is Charlotte versus Philadelphia, and this is a matchup where neither team needs anything. Philadelphia comfortably sitting at the top of the Eastern Conference. They will remain there. So I guess this has a little bit more meaning for Charlotte because they could still drop down a spot and end up fifth, depending on the result of the NYC. But I don't know. Feels like a very tight game. Feels like a game where they will just settle for a draw. And with that in mind, I'm taking the draw at plus 281. Next up, we have Columbus against New York Red Bulls, guys. And Columbus, they need a favorable result out of this game. At least they need a draw. Uh, I mean, they can go below because Red Bulls are behind them with 8 points less. But with a win potentially, they could go straight into the playoffs. That is, if Orlando doesn't beat Toronto, actually loses to Toronto, Chicago doesn't get a win, Nashville drops points. I mean, there are a few scenarios, which means that Columbus will go for the win here, in my opinion. I'm taking Columbus to win in over 1.5 goals, minus 125. Cincinnati and Montreal is the next game, and Montreal is out. Cincinnati sitting second. They really can't get to the top. They can drop to third. But whatever happens, they're going into playoffs. I'm just gonna keep this one simple. This is basically a no bet game for me because there's no stakes involved in it. But if anything, Cincinnati on the money line at minus 182. Now Nashville, I've mentioned them just a few seconds ago. They're playing against Inter Miami. Inter Miami has secured their playoff spot. They could go either third or second. I I mean, I don't think honestly that matters that much. While Nashville, I mean, they are sitting in the playoff spot right now. But if they lose this game, they're risking losing the spot in the playoffs, at least that direct spot in the playoffs, which means that they will have to go for at least the draw. But then again, you have to go play against Inter Miami, who's scoring a lot of goals, who has a lot of depth, who has a lot of quality as well. And with that in mind, I'm just going to take goals over 3.5 at plus 114. I would even go with both teams to score in over 2.5 or even over 3.5. That should be a huge plus money as well. I think we see goals on both sides. It's plain and simple for me here, guys. Next up, New England is hosting Chicago. Now, Chicago is sitting eight, which is additional playoffs for the playoffs. But with a win here, they could, and a little bit of a luck, I suppose, they could get straight into playoffs. They need a win here. New England, they are done. They have zero chances, of course. They have nothing left to gain or to lose in this game, really, which makes me feel good about Chicago's chances in this one. I think the odds of Chicago winning are quite solid. It's plus 123. but I like their team total better. I think it's a safer bet, and it's minus 133. So Chicago team total over 1.5 goals, minus 133. That's what I'm going. The only matchup in the MLS on Saturday between Eastern and Western Conference is the game between NYC and Seattle. Now, both of these teams are getting into playoffs. There's no doubt about it. There's nothing left to. I think this is going to be a fairly slow game, I suppose. Neither team will be willing to risk a lot just to avoid any unnecessary injuries and whatever else. Keep their form solid with a positive result. I think has the draw written all over it. And the more I talk about this game, the less I like my pick. I went with over 3.5 cards at minus 135. But honestly, I think the draw sounds a lot better at plus 266. So I might sprinkle a little bit on that as well. Next up, we have Toronto against Orlando. Now, this is a team that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Orlando needs a win out of this game. The draw might actually not be enough for them to get straight into playoffs. And they're playing the team that doesn't need anything. Toronto is done. They have been done for a while. They will not be getting into playoffs. So I'm going to take a risk here. I'm taking Orlando on the money line, still plus 1 or 2. I'll take my chances with the better team. Let's be honest about it. Off to the Western Conference, guys. We have Colorado against LAFC. Now, this one could be interesting. LAFC obviously getting into playoffs. They're sitting third right now, just behind San Diego and Vancouver. They can get to second. They can drop to fourth. Doesn't really matter that much. Colorado on the other side, they need a positive result out of this game. The draw might be enough, but just might be enough. With a win, I'm pretty sure that they're getting into one of those additional playoff spots. And I think they actually deserve it. I think they've been quite solid this season. I'm not taking anything away from the other teams. The other teams deserve it as well. But Colorado has been quite solid, especially at home. So I think they'll go for it in this game, hoping for the fact that LAFC might not give a chance to all of their starters in this game. So it could be a good thing for them. But I'm not sure they can keep a clean sheet even against I want to say the backup LAFC team. So both teams to score over 2.5, minus 127. Next up, Galaxy and Minnesota. Now, Minnesota is in the playoffs. Galaxy sitting dead last. There's nothing left to gain or to lose in this game. So, over 3 goals, minus 127. That's what I'm taking in this one. Portland is hosting San Diego. Now, San Diego has had an outstanding season as the newcomer to the MLS. They are sitting second right now with 3 points less than Vancouver in that Western Conference. They're going into playoffs, there's no doubt about it. While who do I have? Where is it? San Diego. All right, they're playing against Portland, the team that needs at least the draw of this game to secure that playoff spot. Now they are 3 points above Dallas, who with a win could potentially get a lot closer to Portland, and it could knock them out of that straight playoff spot. So I think this is going to be a settlement of sorts. I think this is going to be a peaceful 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw or something like that. So I'm taking the draw at plus 281 in this one. St. Louis and Salt Lake. Now, I just mentioned Salt Lake as well. They have a chance to get to stay in the playoff spot, or they could lose it. The draw might not even be enough for Salt Lake in this game. Luckily for them, they're playing against St. Louis, who's a horrible team defensively. But I'm not sure that they will just give the win to Salt Lake in this matchup. They are the home team. They are trying to say goodbye to their fans and everybody in a nice and positive manner. So instead of taking Salt Lake to win, I'm going to take them on the double chance here at minus 185. It is juiced. It's sort of a parlay piece, maybe a double or something like that. But we'll see. San Jose is hosting Austin in the next matchup, guys. And now this one could be interesting. Let me just pull up my standings here. Austin is sitting sixth right now. They are going into playoffs. While San Jose, with a win, they could give themselves a chance, guys. With a few favorable results from other teams, they could give themselves a chance with a win in this game to get into the playoffs. Now, with that in mind, can they do it? They've been solid at home, better than on the road, obviously. And I'll put my money on San Jose in this one. Minus 119. The price is still pretty solid, and I'll take it. Now, Kansas and Houston is the matchup that doesn't matter. Neither of these two teams are going anywhere. They're both done. So I suppose goals are the way to go. Over 3 goals, minus 132. The last game of the video, guys, is between Vancouver and Dallas. Now, this one could be interesting. Keeping a top seed in the Western Conference is important, obviously, to Vancouver. But even if they lose, it doesn't really matter. And they have a lot of injuries right now. I'm pretty sure this is going to be their second lineup or something like that. They are not willing to risk all of their starters just ahead of playoffs. I think that they're smart enough to decide that. And Austin on the other side, not Austin, Dallas. Dallas, where are they? They're sitting in the playoff spot right now. They need at least a draw out of this game, in my opinion, to stay in that playoff spot. I think that they can get it. I think that they're solid enough. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a tight one. And because of that, I'm taking Dallas on the double chance here, guys. It's plus 141. Nice, deep plus money on a pick that covers two out of possible three outcomes. So I'll take that in this match. That's it, everyone, for the MLS Decision Day. Thank you for joining me here. Stay tuned. The MLS playoffs are kicking off soon. Check out the rest of the free picks. Check out the premium picks, guys. And let's see what we can win out of all of these games on Saturday. Have a good one, and we'll see you soon.